Hi guys, how are you? I hope you are well with whatever you're doing. Tonight I want to show you these cranberries and pistachio cookies. This is the most amazing gift to give someone at Christmas time, and particularly those people that you don't know what you want to get. You know, they've got everything or they want nothing. This is perfect, okay? It's a gift that they can then go and use and make themselves. So let's get cooking straight away. Now, this is also a recipe where you can split it and make it into 2 batches, which is phenomenal. Like, it's a massive batch otherwise, and you're going to need a massive jar, okay? A big 1 litre jar, which is huge. So I would actually suggest you do this in splitting it in half. So the first thing it's asking for is some rolled oats. Just going to grab my big container of rolled oats out. And we're going to put in half a batch, as I mentioned. So I'm just putting in 75 grams instead of the 150, okay? So rolled oats are our first ingredient in it goes. Oops, 80. Oh well. Next thing is some plain flour. Now, if you don't have plain flour and you've got self-raising flour, you could actually use that instead, because our next ingredient is some baking powder. So just know that you can actually do that swap if you want to. We're just putting in 100 grams. Before we do, let's just level, excuse me, Jimmy hands, level the oats out, because we want to make sure, so you guys can see the screen, that we get a nice even layer across the top here. So now we're putting in 100 grams of plain flour. I'm actually using baker's flour, so that works as well, just as easily. Now what I'm going to add in next is my baking powder. Now this is actually different to the original recipe. The original recipe asks your guest, your gift giving person, the person you're giving it to put in this as part of their egg and butter mix. But I don't know why, so I reckon we can just do it now. And we just want half a teaspoon. The original recipe calls for a full teaspoon, so if you're not doing a half batch, but we're doing the half batch, so we can just chuck that in now. Okay, told you I'd be changing up this recipe a little bit. Okay, next up we've got some light brown sugar. So this one can be a bit more painful to put in. Everything else is fairly simple, but this has chunks. Oh, and half a jar apparently. Let's just put that over here. There we go. A little bit extra, that's okay, because what we'll do, 85, so only an extra 26, we'll just cut down our next sugar. So there's actually a second sugar called golden caster sugar, and I've never heard of it. So I thought, you know what, a white layer in there would look beautiful. So I'm going to take off the 26 grams on the next one. Where is the sugar? Here it is. So I'm just going to make it 45, okay? 40-ish to 45. Doesn't matter. There we go. Okay, so now we're adding the specialties into it, all right? So this can now be pretty much anything you want or anything you think they'd like. So what I'm going to put into mine is I'm going to start with 50 grams of cranberries, because it's always nice to have some red, but I reckon you could use dried cherries or goji berries, anything that's got that red to it. I'm a bit short on the packet. I might be a little bit less tonight. All right. Just, you know what, the trick is, if you're getting short on things, push it to the edge, because then they're going to see it around the edge. That's okay. Next up, we're going to put some white chocolate. Now, because, oh, this says pistachio, by the way, but I like to put in white chocolate. You can do either, both, it's up to you. I could probably make up the weight on the cranberries on this, but you know what, everyone loves white chocolate, right? Especially at Christmas time. So 50 grams of this. There we go. And then we've just got a few spices to put in to finish the jar. So now we're just going to go next, and we're going to add, it normally says remove jar, and now it says some salt. If I can see my salt. We'll come back to salt. Oh, it's straight in front of me, of course it is. Don't forget to halve this, okay? You don't want to put in a teaspoon, as a full half a teaspoon. It'd be too salty. Some cinnamon. So again, remember to halve. We just want half a teaspoon instead of a full teaspoon. Now you could put this down with the flour layer if you want. Doesn't really matter, I don't think. And then nutmeg. Now if you want the label to go with this jar, put a comment and I will email you or reach out to you and send you through the label to then jar this, put on this jar, so that then the person who's receiving it knows what to do with it. They do not need a Thermomix to make this recipe. It's going to, if they're making a half batch like this, what we've made here, it's going to require them to put in a bowl 100 grams of butter and 1 egg and whip it till combined with a spoon. Then they're going to add the dry ingredients, combine well, and then they're going to put it out on a tray. So those ingredients are here, those steps are here, and I can send you that through so that you can cut it out and stick it on a jar, ready to go. So you can see there's a little bit of gap left at the top. That's okay. What you can do now is cut out a little bit of baking paper, circular little bit of baking paper, put put that in there and put some tinsel on top. Okay, put the lid on and it's good to go for when you're ready. Sticker on the front as to how to use it, so you can imagine that cut out and stuck on the front, and you're good to go, ready for Christmas for that loved one that you're not sure what to give them, and now they know they can make it themselves. Now I've made up a half batch already, and I've got some of it in my Thermomix and some of it's on my tray. So you actually require normally 3 trays. So you can imagine how many. This must make about 36 biscuits. So I've started putting it out on a tray. Make sure you leave, it says 5 centimeters. I'm only leaving 2. I probably should leave a bit more, but do leave a decent gap between them, and they're perfect to wrap in cellophane and gift away tomorrow or the next day while they're still fresh to loved ones. So, and here's what the mixture looks like. It looks like your typical biscuit kind of mixture. It cooks for 15 minutes at 190 degrees. That is on the label as well. Okay, so you'll find that on there as well. Anyway, I hope you'll give this recipe a go. Cranberry and pistachio cookie gift jars. You'll need to change your filter. If you've got cookie dough and you're a TM31, TM5 or TM6, or maybe you don't have a Thermomix but you've got some other Thermi cooker, try the 30-day free trial of cookie dough and find this recipe. But take off Australia and then add in English recipes and look for pistachio and cranberries, and this will come up. So easy, so simple, easy to be stepped through it. Give this recipe a go. Reach out if I can help you with any information regarding your Thermomix, or maybe getting a Thermomix and answering your questions. That's what I love doing. But otherwise, take care, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video soon. Bye for now.